How's everybody doing today? We're coming out here. I've just had a long, busy weekend. Went over to Long Island for a wrestling show. Good times. Follow my Twitter if you want that kind of content from time to time. But for now, I've been out of the PoE2 game for far too long. It's been like 3 days or something since I played, and I just kind of wanted to make a little update video, have a little fun with it here. Full disclosure here. Let's start off with this. My last two videos, a lot of you guys have been really cool about it. I was kind of leaning into it a little more fun. I stand by everything I said, but I want to clarify that obviously I do not think the game is perfect. I don't think I ever said that, but if I ever gave that impression, game's not perfect. We're still in early access. We've got time to change. I have a lot of faith. GGG has been great for a decade with Path of Exile 1. And I also think that, we have to accept the fact that the game isn't going to be for everyone. And there's a reason they're maintaining both games. So just something I wanted to put out there. I do still think the game's great. I have not gotten enough experience with the end game yet to have a really really good opinion about it. But from what I have seen, I think I like what I've seen in terms of design philosophy, and I think that obviously tweaks, changes, they need to happen for sure. So again, I'm still very optimistic. I'm not a doomer about this game at all. I do think there are reasonable complaints, though, for sure, and definitely some things that are going to change. So for now, let's get into this little community update that we're going to be going to look at. I just decided to kind of troll through a little bit of Twitter here and see what we find. So I went ahead and I bookmarked a bunch of tweets to just kind of read and watch. I just want to, kind of get a vibe check on how people feel, as best I can. Obviously, I lean positive in my bias, so I think I come across those kinds of things and see them in my brain more frequently. So there's probably going to be an underabundance of negativity in these, but we'll see. I've been kind of going through these over the last 24 hours was when I kind of thought I was going to do this video. So right off the bat, let's start with Mr. Zach here. Path of Exile 2 is the best game ever made. I've put thousands of hours into Diablo, WoW, Ultima Online. Loved all of them, but this one just hits different. Again, I like that mentality. I'm similar. Oh, thanks, Malwarebytes. I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know that I can call it the best game ever made yet. It is still in early access, but it is definitely on the right track. I think that it's got the markers of best game, right? It's hitting a lot of the sweet spots, and it's got indicators that would lead me to tend to agree with that. So this one I came across pretty recently. These last two especially. I want to actually go watch this guy's video.
You've got your story mode, you got your X, your campaign mode. Once you beat the normal mode, you unlock a harder difficulty where you can then go pursue even more challenging bosses and monsters with more modifiers and mutators. And as you progress through the game, your character also becomes stronger and does also mutate with their powers along the way, going from mere mortal to god.
I mean, quite literally, if this follows the same path as, well, you're not quite, anyway. Yes, very common in the genre as well.
Enemies explode after being killed, and they all freeze to the touch because honestly, more people need to chill the fuck out. The game feels great for an early access. There's no pay
Mostly
to win.
agree.
I mean, there's costumes that you can buy. There's no bullshit battle pass. Oh, hey, the game's still in early access. You know that things can change, right? Yeah, you're right. That comment may not age very well. Fuck it, let's run with it.
So this is why I wanted to watch this. So yeah, sure. In theory, it's good to say, oh, the game's early access, things can change. Maybe they will add all this stuff. But again, I wanted to emphasize, Grinding Gear Games has another game that has the exact same monetization model that they've been supporting for 10 years, and they didn't do that. So I don't think, I mean, this to me is almost leaning into it's going to happen. I don't think it is. I don't think that's a problem at all. So that's just something I wanted to point out with this video. I agree with everything else he says, but I just feel like, I don't know. He's just kind of, whether it's maybe he's just hedging his bets, which is, I guess, kind of safe, but it kind of, to me, just shows a lack of knowledge of the developer. But he seems like a funny guy. No complaints otherwise. What's everyone playing this weekend? I'm totally addicted to Path of Exile 2. This game is pure crack to a big ARPG fan. There is, let's see. Oh, I just clicked on, there we go. There's just a great way. There is just a great way how this game forces you to think yourself into your build. Otherwise, you get annihilated. That is true. Yeah, no, that is true. It's build is a big deal. If you don't have a good build, you're gonna suffer for it. And some people people talk about difficulty like it's only mechanical difficulty. Like, oh, how tweaky can you be in an FPS game? Like, no, in a game like Path of Exile and Path of Exile 2, your build is a part of the difficulty curve. You have to have a good build, otherwise you just won't be able to do it. If you're playing Path of Exile 2 early access, stop scrolling and listen to me very carefully. I'm actually absolutely going to screw this skill tree. Breaking news. Yeah, I mean that's fair. It is. That's why in my other video with a 15 tips, like my first tip is just look up a build. You're gonna thank me later. Um, there are people who like dedicate their entire life to figuring out these games. So don't make if you want to do that and that's how you get enjoyment, go to town. But if you like playing the game for your enjoyment, rely on the other people. My face. This is unironically exactly how I look every time I do. Like, yeah, for sure, 100%. It happens a lot in the Ogum. I think it's Ogum fields. Because I was in at the end of Act 1, I grind that out a lot for just stuff, and it absolutely it's great, dude. They clump together in that map so much. Path of Exile 2, you will fight. Oh, here's the negative one. This guy 5 hours ago responded to a tweet from like weeks ago. In Path of Exile, you will fight for survival against nerfs, totally overpriced respecs, no gear drops, disconnects, lag, and the thought your builds next, dot dot dot, bricked and no way to fix it. 100 hours gone. No thanks. I'm done. So simple. This is a guy who doesn't know what early access means. Now, yes, am I sympathetic to the fact that you might put 100 hours into a build and it could get bricked? That sucks. Do I think respecs need to be like cheaper in early access? Yes, I actually do think so. I'm going to take a quick caveat here. Grinding gear games, on the off chance that you see this, it is literally a good thing for you, because obviously you're using early access as a way for us to do mass testing of your product, which is fair. I dig that. But then if you also make respecs really expensive, you're just going to grind away or push away all of the people who are doing the testing. They're testing to break your game. You want their help finding things that are broken. If you make them dedicate hundreds of hours to test and find a broken build, and then you brick it, and then they have to spend another 100 hours just to reset, or they have to start over, right? Some people are okay with that, some people aren't. If you want more people testing your game, make the respec costs changed in early access. Make it clear that it's not going to be like that way permanently, but just do something, because it's actually only to your detriment to make it very difficult for people to respec. Even if you just say like you get one free respec per character per patch, right? Like once a week or something. That would be fine. Do that. But I think this guy is just one who doesn't understand what early access means. This tweet specifically. So again, he's someone whose opinion I'm not super concerned with, even though there is a kernel of truth in something that he mentioned. Path of Exile 2 is really exciting. So far, I've only got addicted to Dota 2. It's a good game, but it's a game which mostly gave frustration and dissatisfaction. Yeah, that's how me and League were. PoE2 is the other kind of bad. You don't want to go to work. You don't want to sleep. Yep, that is true. Even while I was on my trip, which was very cool, super cool trip. I had so much fun with the wrestling event. Still was thinking about PoE2 a lot the whole time. Just gonna run one more map. 12 hours later. Okay, this is the last one. Yep. Blows me away that this wand I've gotten at level 6 is better than every other wand I've gotten. Level 61 now. Let's see. So this level 6 wand, level 3 mana drain, plus 3 level of all spell skills, 8% increased cast speed, leashes 1% of max life when you cast a spell. So interesting. So I don't necessarily know that this is a problem. I could see how it may not be everyone's favorite, because it's sometimes it's not a great feeling. And again, I think it'll all depend on quality plus 20%. She probably did that though. But like it's so not every unique is going to be perfectly balanced. I don't know if that's something they're going to want to keep or not, but that's just kind of the nature of it. And depending on, like, for example, if you were a melee build or like a mercenary where your crossbow damage kind of really filters into things, then yeah, that inherently is going to make you want to upgrade. But for like a wand where it's like you've got this level 3 mana drain, which is really actually a level 6 mana drain right off the bat because of this. And then all like the wand is almost kind of like a stat stick more than anything else. So that's kind of the nature of the beast with some of these things, where you're going to get drops that just last you the whole game when when all you care about is the affixes like this, right? Like you don't actually care about any of the stats that are on it. You just care about the affixes because there are no stats on it really. That's just going to happen. So, I guess I get how it can feel bad to never replace your weapon. Like I can see how people might get bummed by that, but it kind of also just makes sense. Like, oh, this is just going to make it through the whole game. Leaked skill tree of Path of Exile 2 in 2026. This is unironically based. I would fucking lose my shit. It would be terrible, but I love it. Empyrean, which I assume is, I've seen him quite a bit. He's got 24,000 followers, so he's not a nobody. There it is. Group week is over. We spent all our money on gear, had fun, did all the content for now. Snagged a mirror at the end for fun of the memes. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Like, look at this shit. 1,262. Oh my god, dude. That's a day. Like, I wish, dude. Must be nice. Well, must be nice. This looks so okay. Incomplete shrapnel trap. Found this insane Path of Exile 2 item. I'm excited for the prospect of traps in the game down the line. Very cool. I love trap builds. Prediction: how long does it take for Jung's current build to get nerfed? This is from yesterday. People guessed on Monday. I'd actually have to look into who this was. I think that's what I wanted to do. Let me see if anyone. Okay, here we go. I meant less than 12 hours. Yeah. Did he do another auto bomber? Nerfed before Infernalist Monday, along with the rest of the on-cast skills using the necklace and minions. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, it's again, it is early access. That's just a fact that people are gonna have to get their heads around. But I do think respecs would be fair. I think reduced respecting costs, or free respecs with every patch would go a very long way in not only helping GGG get more feedback, but also in building goodwill with the community, among those people who are very pissed off. Some of them rightly so. Didn't get much into Path of Exile 1, technically me as well. But PoE2 is truly phenomenal. It's exactly what I wanted from Diablo 2 sequel, completely unbothered by the middling annoyances that come with AAA. For better or worse, give it a shot. 100%, could not agree more. I think it's great. 13 hours after creating my monk, we are already rocking the first maps in Path of Exile 2. I need to push the campaign. The melee combat feels much smoother than Warrior. That's great to hear. I had a blast, had a ton of fun on Cold Shatter Stormwave. It's over here. Shattering Palm also allows you to permadash as long as you have a target. Very cool. That's, I just kind of wanted to get a sense of what's going on here. So, it's, again, I think from what I've seen, it's mostly positive. There are some people, but, I'm not blind to this. I have seen, the complaints, but even a lot of the people who are complaining are also, saying, hey, the game, it has good and it has bad. Here's the problems, right? And a lot of people, again, also a lot of the people who are complaining are people who blast through because they're very, very acquainted with the genre, so they get to the hard part quickly, and then all they're experiencing for hours and hours and hours is the rough edges that still need tweaking because it's early access. The white mobs one-shotting you, that's a problem, absolutely. And even before early access launched, this guy, Talkative Try, had an interview with Jonathan at Grinding Gear Games, and he said that's not what they want. They do not want that to happen. So again, I think a lot of the people, if your complaints aren't with the core game design philosophies, then I think a lot of what you're having issues with will probably be rectified over the course of early access. So please just, if you're not enjoying the game, or like you feel like your build got nerfed and you just can't have fun right now, just take a break. Don't have to play it all the time. No one's making you do it. You paid maybe $30, or, you could have, I paid more, but you've got access to the game forever. It's going to be around for probably another decade or more. Path of Exile 1 still around too. Have fun. Do what you enjoy. Check back later. They're going to be adding more stuff. It's going to be a good time for everybody. Over time, it's going to get better. So that's all I got to say about that, guys. Thank you very much. quick update for me on my channel, what I'm going to be doing here. Since I was on PTO all last week, so I was pumping stuff out like crazy, doing a lot of streams. I'm hoping to do at least 2 videos a week. Probably going to stick with Path of Exile 2 for now. Super addicted. That's what I want to play, but I don't want to, I don't want people to think I'm going to be a Path of Exile 2 only channel. As other stuff happens, other games come out, I will cover those as well. But right now, PoE2 is definitely my jam, and as long as people keep wanting to see that, that's what I'll do. I also will try to stream either with my wife or solo on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So hopefully up to 4 days a week. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, I will be unavailable for streaming. So that's what I'm going to focus on, doing my solo gameplay, collecting footage, working on videos, stuff like that. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Leave comments if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, anything you'd like me to cover, let me know. I will do my research. I'll do my best to put out good quality content. And yeah, thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know how it goes. Peace out.